Hey, welcome to Keeping It Real, Metaphysically speaking. I am your host, Reverend Dr. Erica Yoko Imamu Abena Aset, and I am ordained metaphysician, spiritual life coach, licensed professional massage therapist, and this is where we talk about all things metaphysical. And just like the title says, we keep it real. So that means no sugarcoating, no talking down talking ourselves for others' comfort. So enter at your own risk and just be open to learn. And by being open to learn and learning metaphysics and knowing what metaphysics is, which I'll be getting into that in a little bit, is basically why when you're learning about it, you're actually also healing because there's things that your soul already knows, but once you hear it coming out of another soul's mouth, then it starts to awaken that soul and awaken that awareness inside of you, which then is already a path of you being on your way to healing whatever traumas and dogmas and indoctrination and all of that stuff, healing all of that out of you so that you can be more conscious and aware of yourself, your true self. Y'all, bear with me, man. But yeah. Anyways, on here we talk like we having regular conversations with just regular people, and I'm talking to y'all like I talk to people that I talk to on my day to day, which is also pretty different from when I have my clients. So when I do have clients, it is very professional. This is still professional, but it's a more on a sense of being able to connect with people, I guess, so that they can feel that energy and vibration that you do care about what it is that they're going through, or that you may be going through what it is that they're going through, or have went through what they're going through, and you have certain solutions or something that you can do to help them or help each other, if that makes sense. So that's what this podcast and everything is about, and that's what it is, what it means by keeping it real. Like, I will be talking bluntly. I'm not gonna like just censor myself a lot. Like, I'm gonna try not to use much profanity because I'm actually working on that myself, anyways. But I'm trying not to do all that and stuff. But it's still going to be very straightforward, basically. So, welcome to the channel. Welcome to the podcast. Let's get it on. Okay, so as I said, I'm Reverend Dr. Erica Yoko Imamu Abena Aset. Yes, I know it's long. I will get into my name in a little bit. But as of right now, today we will be talking about my spiritual journey and how I became a metaphysician and why I became a metaphysician, why I love it so much, and yeah. So I hope you enjoy it, and maybe you take something from it, and maybe somebody has had similar experiences, and maybe I might have answered some questions or whatever that you might have. So here we go. So on my spiritual journey, when I first started out, okay, I first started basically like it came clear to me back in like 2018, I think, is when I consciously knew like what was going on, what I was going through, the transformation and all that, right? But I believe that it started a lot like years earlier than that. And it was just at that time, and because of the surroundings and the um, disconnect of everything spiritually, is like I didn't really realize or know exactly what was going on and why it was happening and exactly what certain things was, because I used to do certain things or say certain things and come find out that everything that I was doing and saying is a part of metaphysics. But anyways, and so it started like basically when I got out of high school. I started to go to massage school first, and I always wanted to be a massage therapist. I was just very intrigued. That was just something that I was just very, very interested in. But anyways, I wanted to be a massage therapist, and I went to school to become a massage therapist. Then life happened, and I had to drop my classes. So I had to drop my classes. So fast forward a little bit, probably around like 2013-ish, something like that. I think like 2013. Oh, well, mind you, when I first started college, went to school for massage therapy, it was in '08, and I had to drop my classes. And then fast forward to 2013, I wanted to go back and see if I could get back in, but they was not letting me in. They had denied my entrance and everything like that. They said that they did not accept the diploma that I had because I was homeschooled for like my senior year, and that's when I graduated and everything. So yeah, but they didn't take my diploma for whatever reason. I guess because the accreditation or something had ran out. But then I'm like, okay, I was upset. Fast forward again, 2018. Look at that, 2008 to 2013, then back to 2018, all the way up to 2018. Anyways, so here's the miracles. So this is where the spiritual things happen. So in 2018, I still wanted to go to school for massage therapy so freaking bad. And I kept on seeing the ads coming up. I seen it on like commercials, all of that stuff, like the advertisements, all that. And I'm like, I wonder if I could just go and give it a try again. And it was like something just told me to like, you should just go ahead and give it a try. Just try it out one last time. Third time's a charm. So yes, I did that. I ended up calling them up, told them, I said I wanted to start school. I still had the same diploma and everything, right? I was working at working at a fast food restaurant, and I signed up, and they took my diploma. They said, okay, yeah, we can take care of the diploma. They let me in, da da da, right? And then, let me see. They let me in, but once we got to the part to where they started talking about like the scheduling and all that stuff, it conflicted with my work hours. So here comes the frustration again to me. I got frustrated again. I'm like, what the and I was like, it was like 1,000 things going on in my head at the time, because I'm like, damn, now I gotta work, and I gotta go to school and stuff. And I was thinking, at first, like, I can try to balance that out, be able to work and go to school at the same time and stuff. but it conflicted with my hours at work, and I'm like, I might have to end up quitting my job. I really wanted to be a massage therapist so bad. So it was like I'm struggling going back and forth with myself, like, oh my gosh, like, what do I do? And stuff like, I'm thinking about my bills and all of that stuff. Like, I gotta go to work and stuff. Like, I can't not work and everything. But one day, while I think a little bit after I came home from work, um, my daughter's father at the time, he was working. He was working at the same fast food restaurant that I was working at, but it was like in a different store or whatever. But his hours was not like that the same. Like, we still had to be able to pay rent and do all that or whatever. And like, my income along with his was helping that at the time. But anyways, I'm like, man, if I stop, like, you're gonna have to probably pick up some hours or something like that, cause this is not. I don't know how this gonna work. But I'm like, my heart pounding. So he goes to work. I'm laying down, falling asleep. At the time, I didn't really know I was going to sleep. Like, I don't even remember falling asleep, to be honest, and stuff. But I guess I fell asleep or whatever. And all I remember is that, just black and darkness or whatever, like that. Like, I'm thinking, like, the darkness when you closing your eyes and stuff, like, it's dark in your eyes. And then I just seen like this. I seen like a light. It was like a light, or I'm gonna just say I seen a star, because that's exactly what it looked like. It looked like a star, and it was a bright star. So, like, in the sky you see like the bright star, and you talk about make a wish on the brightest star or something like that. It was that star. Like, it was the brightest star. Like, it was bright. It was a bright star. Don't judge me. Anyways, but yeah, so I seen this bright, like, this star in the darkness as I was sleeping with my eyes closed, and like, it was there for like a second, and then, like, I guess it was like for a second to the point for me to actually see it, and then it just right into my chest, like, and it was like I immediately, like, jumped up, like I just had, like, the breath of life blown into me. Like, I felt like it came into my chest, into my heart, and I just felt my body just fill up with light. Like, it was like in my, I'm gonna say, because now, since I know what it is, in my mind's eye, I could see my entire body, like, lighting up, and I lit up, and I jumped up off the ground, off the floor, because I had a little pallet on the floor and stuff, and I guess I was really tired that day. I fell asleep. But anyways, so I jumped up off the floor, and I said, I know what I gotta do. So the next day, I go back to work, and I tell my boss, I say, I'm starting school in 2 weeks. I'm putting my 2 weeks notice in. And I left that job. Guess what? So I did that. Went to school, ended up getting a job in a chiropractor office. Look at how the universe works. So, yes, that was my little experience, and that was the beginning of my realization of the experience that I was having, and my journey that I was about to embark on. Okay. And so now, going a little, moving on, basically. So I'm in school, getting my studies on. I'm so excited. Like, yes, I'm finally in school. They accepted me. Oh my God, I feel good. Like, I'm finna be a massage therapist. And I got my job at the chiropractor office as a massage therapist. So I was working there. So that helped out with everything. So it's like, I'm worrying about all this, like, damn, I'm gonna have to quit my job and stuff just to go to school and everything, how I'm gonna pay the bills, how I'm gonna pay the rent and everything like that. But ended up getting a job while I'm in school in the field that I'm going for and making more than what I was making when I was at the fast food restaurant. So I'm like, this is what's up. So, anywho, moving forward again. So, I get through school, graduate, probably like 2-3 months later, after I got my license and everything, the school closed down. That was the second confirming moment that I just knew that that was something so divine, and I felt it so much in my chest and stuff. Like my heart started beating, like I felt that breath of light that had came into my chest and stuff. And I'm like, it was like, you know how you have that excited feeling in your chest and stuff. Like, I can't really explain it. I'm just explaining the way how it felt to me. But it was just like, that was God. Like, at that time, that's literally what I said in my words. I said, that was God right there. They literally opened up the doors for me to get in that bitch, get my damn certificate and diploma for massage therapy, and I graduate, and then they closed the doors. And now I'm out here, licensed massage therapist in both Indiana and Illinois. Yes. Chicago massage therapist, Indiana massage therapist. Book me, book me, book me, book me. I'm here. But yeah, so that is like the beginning of my entire spiritual journey and the realization that I was having a spiritual awakening. I guess that was like a spiritual awakening for me in that moment. And like I'm like kind of I'm like getting a little bit excited, like talking about it, and a little bit emotional at the same time. Like my heart is like beating right now, but because I'm speaking like on my true experience. Like it's once you have that experience, like it's not no going back. So let me see what's next. Okay, so now all that through, right? Licensed massage therapist. So now the next thing, I'm like, okay, I'm in a good place now. Like I'm moving up. Boom. And then while I was in massage school though, they did introduce us to like Reiki. Reiki is a form of energy work done with the laying on hands. For some of y'all that don't know, the laying on hands is something that is mentioned in the Bible that Jesus in the Bible used to heal people. Okay, so it's basically what Reiki means is God's wisdom or universal life force energy. That is what Reiki means. It's Japanese, and the energy emits from your hands and transmutes to the recipient to help heal whatever needs to be healed. Helps unblock your chakras, your energy centers, all of that. Helps you with more, have a deeper connection with spirit and being able to know yourself. So basically, you start to become more spiritually free. And you start to become more aware of yourself and the ways of the world on how things work and why they work the way that they work. So that's a little bit on what Reiki is for some of you guys that don't know. I do teach Reiki as well. That would be another one of my classes that I will be also giving. All of my classes will be starting in September. starting with the Metaphysics 101. So I do teach Reiki training and I teach meditation dynamics. So teaching you how to meditate, different forms of meditation, and how to be able to manifest certain things through meditation, how to heal through meditation, all types of stuff like that. So yeah. All right. Back to what we talking about. Spiritual journey, how I became a metaphysician. So now, let's see. So yeah, in massage therapy, we was introduced to Reiki, and that had resonated with me so hard, and it was like a magnetic pull for me. Like it pulled me in. I was like, I want to do that. That is the next thing I want to do, and lo and behold, one of my classmates was a Reiki master. Like, like come on, like the universe is working. Like everything happens for a reason. We are aligned with people for a reason. We are aligned with many people, good and bad. We are aligned with so many situations, good and bad, because we are learning from each other. Life on earth is a learning experience until the day that we transition off of this planet and back into the ethers. So, anyways, moving back. But yeah, so Reiki Master was in my class to become a massage therapist. And we are still in tune with each other today. And I actually just had a Reiki session with her the other day. So, and I was feeling really blocked for the past few, probably couple of months now. I was feeling blocked spiritually, and I'm like, for some reason I'm feeling blocked. I'm like, I was finna do Reiki on myself, but it was like I was feeling so drained and depleted and stuff that the energy was weakened for me, so I was not able to really do Reiki on myself. And I'm like, I know I need to get Reiki done on me and get this stuff unblocked, because I don't like feeling like this. I don't like feeling blocked and everything. Like, it's like you feel blocked or you have brain fog or something like that. Like, I don't like that feeling. So I'm like, I have to do something about it. And I just started meditating for a while and stuff like that. And then I finally ended up getting the session done. And it unblocks everything. Because now I'm hearing it. I'm hearing it. I'm feeling it. I'm seeing it now. Like, my stuff is unblocked and I'm good. And I feel good, actually. Like, I feel like a whole new person right now. Like, but anyway, so yes, dears. I'm sorry. I'm just excited, and then like this is like my first like full like video talking about myself in podcast, because I'm also running a podcast on the computer. So here we go. But anyway, so because I learned Reiki and that had pulled me so much, I wanted to become a Reiki practitioner myself, and that's what I did. I ended up taking classes. There's multiple modalities. There's multiple ways of doing Reiki as well, and many different you can do it in many different ways. And so I took a couple of classes from trusted providers, as well as my teacher that was also in my class to be a massage therapist. And I also ended up getting certified in Egyptian Reiki, aka Kemetic Reiki. So I got it all going right now. So with that, now all of these things is leading up to what I'm about to say right now about me becoming a metaphysician. So with that, for some reason I think I learned something else and everything by reading and research and stuff. I learned something about energy work, meditation, and something with like all the connections and the energies and stuff. And I think it was like something that had to do with quantum physics at first. So, and I also got into like the herbal medicines, natural medicines, and natural healing and everything like that. And I'm like, I want this because I know like what's like I know that they doing stuff to the food and everything, and like I want to be able to have a fulfilled healthy lifestyle, and I want to be able to live my life naturally how we were supposed to be living our lives and everything before we started taking in and consuming these contaminated programs and foods and things like that. So anyways, I was looking up quantum physics. I was looking up schools for quantum physics. I'm like, I want to be like a, like I didn't know what it was called at first and stuff. So I'm like, I want to be a natural doctor. What is the people that that work with like the herbal medicine and they do like they basically a doctor and stuff, but like it's a different name for them. And I knew it was a different name for them. I just didn't know what it was at first. But I was looking up quantum physics and natural medicine or something like that, but nothing had came up at the time. But what did come up, and it kept coming up repeatedly. So it was metaphysics. It was the University of Metaphysics. And I'm like, why did this keep coming up? I'm putting in quantum physics, not metaphysics. And so I'm like, what the heck is metaphysics? So I'm like, let me see what the heck this is. So I went, did my research, looked at it and everything like that, and it called me. And I was like, oh, okay. Then I seen that then I'm like, oh, it's talking about it had a conjunction with the metaphysical minister ordained certification or whatever, right? So I'm like, I ain't never thought about doing nothing like that, but from learning about what it was, because I watched the intro videos, and then I did more research on metaphysics and stuff, and of course, like a lot of this research on metaphysics and everything is very watered down, and like when I went to this school and I did my studies and I learned everything I needed to know about metaphysics and stuff, I'm like, these people, when you look up metaphysics, they not even explaining metaphysics right, the correct way. Like, I understand metaphysics to the fullest because metaphysics is literally you and me and everything around us. And when I looked up more stuff about metaphysics and why it was not like basically talked about or taught like that, I've noticed that they teach physics but not metaphysics. So they basically teach you what it is that I'm talking about, but they don't teach you the full thing, if that makes sense. Like geometry. You only have part of the equations, the numerical, all of that stuff, but you don't have the full thing, because the full of that is sacred geometry. Hoo-wee. So I ended up going to school and became a metaphysician, and I got my bachelor's degree, and now I'm about to get my master's and my doctorate. And it's like I literally fell in love with metaphysics, because the reason I fell in love with metaphysics is that it teaches you so much about who you are and about how things happened and why they happened. And like metaphysics literally, it opens you up. And the thing about it, the way that Dr. Masters, the owner and founder of the University of Metaphysics, The way that he teaches it, God rest his soul. The way that he teaches it, like, it's through experience, because how they did their how they gathered their evidence and all that, they did the experiments and everything by studying people's minds and how they work, and to see, is there really a universal mind out there that we are all connected to, and they monitor them and they did all of these things, and so it's evidence, it's proven things that have happened, and that's why I decided to go to the school, because I'm like, okay, they actually got proven evidence. And I went and I took the classes and stuff, and I practiced it myself, and then I practiced it on people in my family and got results. Okay, hold on. Give me 1 minute. Okay, so this is my first time. Y'all bear with me, please, because this is my first time doing it on a computer and my phone. I had to do something with this podcast, like, I don't know. But anyways, okay, so getting back to it. So it's like when we study metaphysics basically, like, through my whole entire journey, it has taught me so much about myself as an individual, physical being, as well as a spiritual being, and it has given me reassurance and reaffirmation about the about what it means to be a spiritual being having a human experience. And I emphasize that so much, that we are spiritual beings having a human experience. You have to know the science. Science is unseen. Science is seen spirituality. Spirituality is unseen science. And the unseen science is metaphysics, metaphysical science. Meta means beyond. Physics, it means is physics. So we have literally been living our lives physically, but not metaphysically. And metaphysics has everything to do with our day-to-day life, just as much as it has to do with even the biblical parts of our lives. Not religion, but biblical. The biblical scriptures, if you know, a lot of the confusion, I used to be so hard on, like, I did not want to read the Bible, like, a lot of times. Like, it was too much for me, because I'm like, I couldn't understand it. And I just couldn't see how, like, certain things in the Bible could be said or done and stuff like that. But guess what? That is a logical way of thinking, a physical way of thinking, and a traumatic way of thinking, because of the things that has happened to melanated beings, our people. So if you're a melanated being, non-ether being, and you listening to this, watching this, you know what I'm talking about. We're not finna get into the whole cultural thing right now, but they did a lot of stuff to us and indoctrinated us with their religion. And the Bible itself is not a religion. So when I say with their religion, I'm not saying with their Bible, because the Bible can be many things for many different people. And their religion is literally based off of their own beliefs and their own perceptions and ways of doing things. And so that's what that is. But that has nothing to do with the Bible. So this, again, metaphysics, it has nothing to do with religion. Metaphysics has no dogma. Okay? But what I will tell you is that when I went back to the Bible, it did grasp me to go back to the Bible. I'm getting my doctorate as well to specializing in Bible interpretation, because I was always one that wanted to know like what this stuff meant and why was all this stuff going on. But now that I have a clear understanding, a metaphysical understanding of it, I know how to read it better and I know how to decode it. I know how to do a lot of stuff and to be able to get you to understand who we actually are, what we actually are, and why a lot of these things happen in a metaphysical sense. Because we are all metaphysical beings, not physical beings. We are metaphysical beings. Okay? Hence, spiritual beings having a human experience. I can't emphasize it enough. I'm gonna keep on saying it. Because that's a very big forgotten thing that has been happening around this world right now. Is that we forgot that we are spiritual beings having a human experience. And we have been so consumed, so indoctrinated, so programmed, so controlled by the masses that want to keep us in the loop. They want to keep us from knowing ourselves. They want to keep us from healing ourselves, because we can naturally heal ourselves. We have natural, magical powers, abilities, and things, but they want to keep us so suppressed and so like turned away from it. And metaphysics debunks all of that. It debunks all of what we have been taught through the years. And that is why I love metaphysics so much. And anytime I talk now, I talk metaphysically. And I'm sorry, not sorry for the people that don't be understanding me at times, because it's not really for you to understand me in that moment. Your time will come. Maybe, maybe not. But for me, that is my language. Metaphysics is my language. Honestly, I don't even know how to talk regular English anymore as much. Like, I always talk everything metaphysics. And it's been a couple of times where I use metaphysics a lot. And like, I literally use metaphysics in everyday life and in like regular conversations when I'm just talking to people. Like me, I can't have a conversation or hold a conversation with anybody that much that's not willing to, or that can't really understand my language. Because it's like, you know how people have foreign languages and that's just the language that they speak. Well, for me, that's metaphysics. Metaphysics is my language now, and I don't know how else to talk anymore. But I do still talk regular English at times with people and stuff, just for their own sake and for some people's comfort. Not everybody, because like, it's not my job to make you comfortable. Like, if you not comfortable with me talking the way I talk or being my most authentic self, then you're not for me, or I'm not for you. So just keep it moving. But yes, so I'm not gonna get too much into the gist of metaphysics and what everything is, but I do want to let y'all know, like, this is what metaphysics is, and this is why I love metaphysics so much.